they squeezed 4 years into 3 years to get us out to the fight. And I volunteered for submarines primarily because my uncle, who was an admiral in World War II, was a submariner, and I used to listen to his stories. I went through a short submarine school and went up to Manitowoc, Wisconsin. Being a southern boy who'd hardly been north of Washington, D.C., I didn't know where Manitowoc was. And I took the train up there and stepped off into chest-deep snow. It was early January. So we finished the USS Mapiro 376, put her in commission, and sailed down to the Eisenhower locks, which exist today, were not existent at that time. So the only way to get to the ocean from up there was to go down on the Lake Michigan to Chicago and down the Chicago Canal to Lockport, Illinois. And we were put in a floating dry dock. And the dock pumped up in a big Mississippi paddle wheel steamer lashed to the stern. And it pushed us down the Illinois River to the Mississippi and all the way down to New Orleans. And they had to take the periscopes and radar antenna to get us under the lowest bridges. At that point, they restored us. And I remember generally the junior officer on board gets things that nobody else wants. And with this is no reflection on our great cooks and all, but being commissary officer was that thing, because sailors complain about the food no matter how good it is. And so I was made commissary officer, and we had to load food, and I had a great chief petty officer. Name was Smith, and he said to me, "Ensign Ellis, have you ever done this before?" And I said, "You know damn well I haven't done this. They don't teach us to handle food at the Naval Academy." So he said, "You leave it to me and I'll take care of it." That was his way of saying, stay out of my way. And he said, "I know the captain's going to ask you a lot of questions about the food, because food is vital in a submarine." And he said, "I'm going to keep you supplied with all the answers, because I know the questions you're going to get asked." So he did, and I looked pretty good at the boardroom table. The captain kept asking me all these questions, and I had the answers right away. Of course, I didn't even know what was going on. And we would load in our freeze box one thin layer of beef and one thin layer of chicken and so on, all from floor to roof. That's so we could have a varied menu, because you eat your way through the box. And we threw canned goods down in the bilges, just dumped cases into the bilges, because there's no place to store things on there. Now, we we're talking about an old submarine, a fleet boat, diesel electric boat. It's quite different today. So we went all the way down. We got down to Lockport, Illinois, and they put us in a dry dock and pumped the dry dock up and lashed this paddle wheel steamer to the stern. And I could step over onto the steamer and talk to this old steamboat captain. It was like Mark Twain all over again. He was telling me stories about the river. In fact, he would put the bow of the dry dock aground on sharp curves.